Wow.
Wait, now we're being recorded?
Yeah,
Let's start
yeah.
with bang, Jack.
We started with a bang. It's just behind the scenes bang, and if anybody wanted to ask, they could ask.
Yes,
but
they can message
I
privately
can't
to find
answer.
out all of the Hinge and dating updates for this week for the cover.
Yeah. We got the TABC basketball podcast, and we got the Dream Team. We got
Sponsored by.
Go ahead, Baron. You got this.
Sponsored by Noah & Co.
Oh baby. For all your codes.
You know it. Get your office space.
Office space for Noah & Co. Tell me about Noah & Co. Avi.
Text Ben and me if you want to know about Noah & Co. I don't know much. I know that it's great office space in Midtown, and that's about the most I know about Noah & Co. But great company,
amazing.
Great company, great people.
Great people, and it's as great as this post-wedding food that I've been filled with. Best part about your brother getting married and living in Brooklyn and everything else being in Teaneck is that you get the leftovers. Thank you to Uncle Steve for paying for the wedding and allowing me to reap the benefits.
By the way, Jack. Where do you reside?
I'm in Teaneck, dude. I'm on Cedar Lane.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where they ostracize the divorced people. They just throw them onto Cedar Lane. They're like, no. We need to get out of here.
I think there's a lot of truth to that, unfortunately.
Bro, there's 3 single dads in my building. I think there's all truth to that. I think we're finding that secretly. So I want to start us off with the game of the week, where the Suns have been looking unbeatable, and they so far have been unbeatable. They're undefeated. However, they had a really barn-breaking, back-breaking game against a hot Jazz team who consider themselves contenders with really good players. Robbie, I know your cousin's on that team, and you've seen that game. I watched the second half, and Marcus watched it. Let me just pull up my screen here.
Yeah, Jack. For everybody not well versed in the podcast, Jack is going to pretend that he took notes and pull those pretend notes up, and then speak off the dome anyway.
No, it's all dome. I don't have notes this week, unfortunately.
You don't have notes any week?
No. 1 week I had notes. There was 1 week where I was noted up.
Okay. We're professional here. We know what we're doing.
Yes, Baron, very professional. Missing your meeting last week. Very professional.
We're seasoned vets.
We're seasoned vets when we come to quote the great 50 Cent. We're seasoned vets when we come to this shed, right? That's how it says. You know that it's one of them. How we do, featuring the game. All right,
I'll believe
pulling it up. So basically, the second half. So Rami, let me hear your take on this.
Yeah. So let me give you a breakdown, and I just want to mention Ellie Boosie, who is a award-winning listener of this podcast. Tuned in last week. Thought that we talked a little bit of shit about their team, and I just want to comment on him totally not backing up his own shit talk and their team getting trounced.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the final score.
What was the final score?
67-64. It wasn't that close.
Wait, what? It's a 3-point game.
It wasn't that close.
Oh my God.
The end of the game was, very classic Gob-felt garbage time to make his stats look better, because he also had a bad game. Their team did not play well. The Suns also did not play that great. They have guys, Suns, right? The game started, they had moments where Tarzik was doing his thing, right? Being a point guard, hitting threes. Angle was doing his thing down low. They played, but there were a lot of moments in the second half, early in the second half, where it was stagnant. Every time that game should have ended up being like a 15-point lead, it ended up being a 6-point lead. It was hovering between 5 and 10 the whole game. But at no point were the Suns at risk of losing that game, in my opinion. Score-wise, maybe. But in my opinion, they were never at risk.
Okay, so a couple things. Wouldn't you argue that this Suns team, who's blown every single team out of the building and not even close, including the Wolves, and they have the Kings?
Yeah, what's their point differential?
They didn't play that well.
No, but when you argue that the fact that the Suns couldn't break away and the fact that the Jazz kept clawing back and keeping this a one-possession game, even though I watched the second half. Even though the Suns did, Tarzik answered, Caesar hit some big shots. They got some vets. Angle played well. But, like, first off, Goff fell the score from the 40 to 49, and the Suns, you're right, should have ran away with it. But instead what happens is Goffeld is responsible for 12 of the last 14 points of the game, including a 3 to go from 50 to 50, down 6 to down 3, a 3 to go from down 5 to down 2, a 3 to go from down 4 to down. He had a
100%.
bunch of these, keep them in it. How is that a bad game?
Yeah, you can't use verbiage of trounced when it's like
because
a one possession game.
The reason why they were losing in the first place was his inability to play defense because he was out of shape or out of gas, and his inability to hit a shot for the first 15 minutes or the first 35 minutes. So while he redeemed himself at the end, making it close, I am telling you, the first 35 minutes of that game were not his greatest display.
Well, if his job is to score the basketball, isn't it on your cousin to play the defense and lock it up? Isn't it on John Fuhrer to play defense?
Team.
Eric Lipschitz?
Yeah, everyone's got to play the defense, Jack. You're playing against one of the best teams in the league.
It's on the whole team.
I know, but how does Jonah Tarzik go for 28 points? You can't blame it on Goffeld who gave all he can on offense.
Hold on. You're about to say that the guard position scored 28 points, and I shouldn't call out the guard defender?
The guard is Aaron Lipschitz.
Isn't it Fuhrer and Lipschitz?
Well, Gob, Fuhrer, and whatever, let Tarzik, he kept going. I don't know how he kept getting open on these screens, right? Like, I don't know what the communication was. I'm not sure what was happening because he kept, like, you watched the second half, he kept getting top of the key threes. And I don't know how that happens, right? I don't know how that happens. So somebody on that team, somebody's not playing defense.
Right, that's a team defense thing, right? If he's getting open threes off screens, and you can't blame Lipschitz. If he's getting to the rack on ice,
I'm not going to blame Lipschitz. Is a great defender, so at no point am I going to be like Eric Lipschitz played bad defense because that's just not in his DNA.
But he scored 28 points.
This guy's good.
And by the way, he's a great player, and he's on a lot of our first team all leagues.
Yeah.
So you can't blame no one's going to blame Lipschitz to say he's bad, but I just completely disagree with your take that Goffeld was the reason they were bad or that Boosie didn't back it up. I thought he played well. He had 21 points. He did take some bad shots down the stretch. Having said that, they were desperation.
No, I happen to think Boosie didn't play so poorly. Their team, like we've discussed privately, their team does not have a table setter at all, so they end up like in a very freestyle offense. Their best version of them is when they run in transition. John is fast with the ball. Aiden is fast with the ball. When they got Aiden the ball in transition, there were a couple of give and goes that he had that got to layups. That was their best version, and they weren't doing it enough. But I'm like, whether that's because people are gassed or whatever it is, that's part of the problem is they don't play to their strengths. They just play basketball, like they're hooping. Like they're not playing like a team, I
agree that they looked great. I agree with that point in a sense that they looked great in transition. I thought that was interesting that the Jazz, who are the older team with guys that are less in shape than Tarzik and Angle and Caesar and Mizell's, these skinny guys who are fresh out of college and maybe fresh out of grad school. The Jazz look better in the fast break and the Suns look better in the half court. I thought that was very interesting. I do agree with that.
And that's why I'm saying, like, in all the half court, like, they got killed in the half court. On defense, Tarzik was like, the Suns were not scoring in transition. The Suns were scoring in the half court. And the Jazz were scoring in transition. So on all, like, when you watch the game from the half court standpoint on both sides, the Jazz got outplayed. They got, like, the score was closer because of that transition difference. But for the rest of the game, it wasn't that close. That's the point that I was making earlier.
Yeah, but we're acting like the Suns aren't the best team in the league right now.
They are the best team in the league. Don't get me wrong. They are the best team in the league.
Credit. They made that a game.
I picked the Jazz to win, so I'm rightfully disappointed with the performance.
All right, but I love the fire. See, this is the kind of fire.
I'm rightfully disappointed. I picked them to win, and I'm rightfully disappointed. I think my cousin needs to be more aggressive. I don't know how that comes to be, whether he has to yell at some people or not.
Rami, what's with the face mask? When's that coming off? Or do we need it to keep that on? LeBron face mask, Kyrie face mask. but
Face mask.
Your cousin wears face mask.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's just for vibes. I don't think he needs it.
just vibes. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's just full vibes with that.
Helps him concentrate on the rim.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't
wait.
know what
No
it is.
way,
He
it's
has,
just vibes. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not sure why he's wearing the full LeBron mask. I don't know.
Interesting.
It could be Rip Hamilton. It's for good luck, but they lost.
No, but the black one is LeBron.
Would he break his nose?
Hold on. Let's hear from our new guest, Mr. Markus, on his take on the game.
I mean, like, I don't really remember it so much. It was a little bit ago, but I don't know. Both teams just played well. You got two teams going up against each other that were both very good. I think one reason why it's so hard to take this Suns team is because of their probably third-round pick, Markovitz, who's just like a 6'1", 6'2" guy who's not going to take too many shots, won't take dumb shots, knows how to play basketball, good at defense, and him being your second big guy behind like a 6'4" guy.
Yeah, that's the Andre Karolinko mold. Andre Karolinko mold plays very well in this style league because you need a glue guy of sorts on every team that's not going to shoot the ball.
When the glue guy is 6'2" and good at defense, it helps so much more in a league like this. Especially,
isn't that your role on your team?
Who, me?
Marcus. We try.
Markovitz got a lot. All the reviews on this Markovitz kid was really good. That he plays the game the right way. That he's a hustler. He rebounds.
He's also just a good guy. Like, he's not going to be screaming at anyone, bring the team down.
Yeah, good vibes. They're all.
Seems like the Suns have good vibes all around. They just know each other well, and
every year there's a team that drafts a bunch of guys that nobody knows and is good. And this year it's the team from the base. What are you gonna do? You know, they have the power of Tosfos on their side.
They got God on their side. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's not
tough to beat.
My team has the power of police records and jail time, and we're happy to fight them in the finals.
It's two different strategies, totally different strategies, but both working well so far.
They're both working well. I mean, I don't know. We can move on to my game. That was a good take. I think the Jazz will be fine. I think Rami.
They're a good team. They just need to play. They need to find a way to maximize their strengths better than they currently are. That's all. We'll go
to Heat Bucks with the most frustrating game of my lifetime. And it's even more frustrating because the Weinbergers immediately text in a chat with me, Baron, and Weisberg celebrating. Joseph Weinberger literally wrote, that is the greatest game in TABC history. Celebrating like his son's bar mitzvah just happened. And this is the guy that had a triple overtime playoff game 2 years ago against me, and he won in a game-winning, like a crazy game. And he said that last night, the other night, where Johnny Levine leaves, I leave, and you get AJ Rosenblum, and my 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounder with no sub, against Ben Haber and the rest of their squad, and they're going to argue that, Danny's hurt. Fine, and Brian Alter's hurt, fine, but those guys are hurt. They're not on your team right now. They're hurt. You know, it's not like it would be one thing if this happened and
they weren't part of the game. They weren't part of the game.
Yeah, they weren't a part of the game. Great win for them, and it was big for their team. Shut up with the celebrations. We were up 8-16 when I left. It was 10 minutes ago. We were up 8 with a minute left. Really tough for AJ Rosenblum, who I love. He's my brother. You know, this was kind of a season where if you take a look at like his reputation, it's as of a guy who you can't rely on, who gets in his own head, who's not calm collected, who's, all the things that people have been saying about him for years that, Rami and Baron, you guys have heard and we've seen, and he's been the complete opposite this season. He's been a real steady force, a real co-captain, a great point guard, a pace setter. I honestly think like the reason also you don't celebrate is I think if I was there just as a coach, I think we still win because we're up 8 with a minute left. I would have if I was in the game, I would have said we're going to man and we're switching every screen and we're not giving up threes and we're letting them run 20 seconds off a clock and we're not fouling. Instead,
you guys were up until the last 2 seconds.
Yeah, they stay in the zone. Nikhil Cannon gets lost. And I don't blame him. You know, he hasn't played, or you know, our bottom guys get lost and they give up corner threes. Anyone, you can't ask it. I would.
Yeah, you got to play man and run them off the
Yeah,
three.
and that's
when you're,
like that's some bad IQ basketball. Like I didn't see the end of your game, but that's gross. I would be furious if I were you.
If you're up 8 with 1 minute left, the only way you can lose is offensive rebounds and threes. So you got to get out of the zone. You got to just go man and box out, and then give up twos and go free throw. And then the second part is AJ Rosenblum is like a 94% free throw shooter. I don't think I've seen him miss in 3 seasons, maybe once, right? How does my team not call a timeout, which they had, and just say, whatever happens, AJ gets the ball when we take it out, and if he's not getting the ball, we're getting it to Lior Kadosh. Bernstein gets it and Brenner gets it. They're both fine shooters, but they're both the youngest guys on the team with the least amount of like big game experience. Maybe other than Yechiel Tannenbaum. But you want guys who've shot a lot of free throws and who've been in a lot of big games. And look, Lior Kadosh, make fun of him if you want. I mean, obviously, he's a 7th-round pick. He's been in a lot of big games. He's played a lot of ball. Like, he could shoot the ball.
Yeah, AJ, that's why you draft guys like me on your team. Baron knows that, too. There's value in guys that know how to play basketball. You know, talent or not, there's value in IQ.
Look, I would have had Robert Rosenblum, AJ's dad, in the game at that point just to ice the game. Just give me a guy with balls of steel and who's been through it and is not so nervous. And I don't blame the guys. It's a really hard free throw to make, the front end of a 1-on-1. So anyway, they missed the free throw.
You can hit a foul shot. It's an epidemic.
Jack, are you putting yourself at the line in that situation last season?
No, I'm giving it to Johnny Levine or AJ Rosenblum.
I trust you to make a foul shot.
I just wanted to hear that.
I draft free throw shooters. Last season, I gave it to you and Mike.
But
Herman.
Jack, you got to work on your free throws.
I work on my free throws. I get in my own head, Baron.
Yeah,
I get in my
you and John Fuhrer.
I used to not be a bad free throw shooter.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
There was actual playoff games where I won the game, and the tape is there. You can watch it on the TABC Instagram. And Baron, you've seen it, where I won the game at the line. I was just like
100%. And then whatever happened in JBA, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna start missing free throws.
Hey, Baron.
I can plug whatever I want, Rami.
It's the TABC Summer League podcast sponsored by.
But he's right. It's relevant. You know what happened is I had one bad game at the free throw line, and the team that we were on were so sick of me that they never let me hear the end of it, and then I was over.
I'm just saying we can't be mentioning JBA on this podcast.
It's fine because Benemy was on my team, so it's fine.
Bachmaning's fault. It's Wex's fault. It's Baines and Wex and all the guys who got on to me after the game. Never let me live it down, and here we are. Give the ball to Johnny and AJ. I'm so mad. I'm still mad talking about it. Having said it, Ben Haber hits an and one. They go up 1. They win by 1. It's so we're up by 2, and they get it. And all we got to do is secure a rebound. They still stay in the zone. At that point, I get it because you don't want to give up a Haber layup to go to overtime. Fine. They miss a 3. They don't box out. Haber tips it, and then some idiot push. I don't see it because the film was grainy. Someone pushes him from behind. Not hard enough to make a miss. And 1, he makes the free throw. Game over. Having said that, the game, if we beat the Sixers and we beat the Magic, which are totally winnable for us.
Dude, not just winnable. I'd count it.
Sixers and Magic, that's 2-0 right there.
We're gonna count that.
The Sixers are tied for first. They're not a bad team. It should be a good matchup. The Magic just beat the Hornets, who beat the Pistons.
I think, though, against your size, the Sixers have no chance.
Let's have Brenner take Stevie.
And with your guards.
Yeah, it might be tough, but if we win out, we'll end up with first place in this game. Wouldn't have counted. So, look, I said all I said. I think I covered this game, unless you guys have any other takes on the Heat versus the Bucks.
No, we're good.
We're good.
I mean, if I'm a team playing against the Bucks, I really just take Haber. You just got to take Haber out of the game.
Yeah, we don't really have a guy who could guard him.
It's not even about that. It's like every pick. Double team Haber.
That's what I'm saying. You like Baron. If your team plays Haber, you're sticking Greenberg on. Let him rack up.
No, we had Marcus on him.
Yeah, I got him.
Marcus held him to 19.
But you're gonna let Greenberg stunt him up front to pick up some fouls, and then let whatever. And then when the game is on the line, you change it up. But you have to use the other guys when you play someone who's that good at scoring, it's
Yeah, but
like
we
he's
don't-
gonna
Yeah,
score
no, we had-
everyone.
No, Rami,
our
yeah,
best perimeter
we had
defender.
10 eyes on him the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. You just burn fouls on him early.
I know.
And like
Yeah,
No,
but
there's no point of
here's
burning
the problem
fouls
you
on him.
take with my team at least, right? Let's say our best perimeter defender is Avi Bernstein. He's 5 foot. He's short. He's 5'9", right? He's a guard. He's not going to guard a 6'3" forward. So that means I have to guard him. Which you don't want me just burning that energy. I think right
Or
now
you
I
could
can
just
cover him because
go box and one, so you have the guy with him the entire time. So there's 2 guys on him at all times.
we were up 16 doing what we were doing.
No, your
I think
team's
what we did was fine.
better.
I just when we went out, our team just imploded.
And
Yeah, whatever.
What's his name? Johnny Levine was hitting every 3, and then he broke Haber's ankles and just left.
Yeah, I know.
What does it mean he left? Well, like I like what
We
does that mean?
we gotta make SJ do a graphic on that. I didn't see it.
What does it mean he left?
So I had a JBA playoff game, and I told my team ahead of time. He had his brother's like birthday in the city or something. He let me know like 5 o'clock that day. I don't know.
So
Just
he
a
left in
bad
the middle
luck.
of the game?
Jack
bad
did
luck
also. They
night.
both did. Jack left with like 13 minutes left to the game, and then Johnny left with like 6 left.
Jack, if you were my teammate and you left in the middle of a game, we would have problems. We would have problems.
Well,
Just
I mean,
saying,
we
we would
have problems now. Okay, we have problems now, and I haven't left in the middle of the game. All right,
Right. Jack,
it's a game that won't even count if we beat the Sixers and the Magic. Look,
You guys
luck
are
of the
also up by
schedule.
so
I play
much.
in multiple leagues, guys, and I'm going to a playoff game over a regular season game. Right? This isn't necessarily a must win it wasn't necessarily a must win for us, even though I want to win every game. And it really pissed me off when we lost. And I want to take it to the Weinbergers, and I want to take it to Ben Haber. Obviously, like, you want to give it to the ones you love, even more than the ones you want to give it to the ones you hate. So I definitely wanted to give it to him, and I felt like we did, and I left very comfortable, and we just didn't get it done. But we'll be all right.
all right.
I'm not
Let's
worried.
what's
Let's
next
move
on
on
our
to
docket?
Pistons next, really quick, because we got 2 Pistons here.
Well, I'd say let's hear about the Pistons game. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So Pistons. This is for me. This is just a game of the Knicks team that are bigger and tougher than anybody running into a team that's just bigger and
Give
tougher.
me a
than them.
scouting report, boys. Baron, Marcus, give me a scouting report on the Pistons on the Knicks because we're playing them at 9 p.m. tonight.
Okay, so you pretty much just like, I would honestly go, just run a zone.
That's what I told my team.
They're
already.
mostly-
They just have a bunch of big guys.
And
I mean,
the
it
same
depends.
way
It depends
Jack
if you
team-
can man up. If you can man up, then like
Nah, it's not worth it. They have so many guys in the paint that clogs them up that they're playing defense on each other. And when we really pulled away, we were just passing the ball full court for the fast break. Second half,
Their biggest problem is that their best shooter is Yoel Schreier.
Yeah,
That's
was
their
my
biggest
shooter.
problem.
Weisberg.
Also they were missing their best defender, so it could be a different game. But
Gelnick, yeah, that's a big one.
Gelnick, so I'm not really sure what he could do, but they really couldn't guard us well. Like we got to whatever we wanted to get to, and yeah, we pulled away in the second half.
There's no adrenaline through my body that entire game.
Yeah, because
I
they
hate to
didn't
say
have
that I
guys.
wasn't
They didn't
trying,
have
but like
guys. They picked up Caesar. He's great, but
He's
they
great.
were
He's
he's great.
great.
Yeah, no, Caesar was good pickup. They didn't really run him so much. Like he didn't get the ball so much. He
you think
didn't
if
get so many
Caesar's
minutes.
their only guard, they let him bring up the ball.
Right. So they didn't have like a point guard. They didn't really have an offense.
Did Silfen not play?
What made it? No,
Silfen didn't
Silfen
play.
wasn't there, and Gelnick wasn't there. But
All right,
the
but that
main
was never
thing-
going to be a game.
it wasn't a game. The only reason why it was not a 20-point win, and I think we got it to 20, was because Weisberg hit every single shot he took. So, which is great. He had a great game. But that's the only
Right.
reason why it wasn't a 20-point blowout.
Look,
And
it looked
whatever.
like a blowout. I think you guys are better than the Knicks because you play the same style, but you guys are bigger and you have more shooting. And the Knicks are
Those are
missing
shot really well.
they're 2 of their best players. They're probably their second and third best player in Silfen and Gelnick. So there's not much to talk about here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the main guy I would worry about is Farkas on that squad because he can really win games. He's a winning
He's a good
player,
player.
and he's tricky. He's a tricky scorer. Not a
very
shooter,
good.
not a shooter, but a tricky scorer.
By the way, who would you rather have, Farkas or Donnie Heidemann?
Probably Donnie for defense, and
Right.
he's faster. But
Okay.
I
they're
think
similar
that
players.
really depends on the roster.
They're a
Like,
similar player. Just I'd rather Donnie for the defense, even though they're both good at defense. I think Donnie's a bit better and quicker, and
All right.
Donnie can run a better fast break.
if
But-
I had good guards, I would rather Farkas, because Farkas is a bruiser down low and he doesn't play at top of
Right.
the key. I'd
All right.
rather Farkas if I had good guards, because he could finish down the lane too if you set him up. So I would rather Farkas if I had good guards.
I don't mean to hate on Donnie. I love Donnie. I'm not hating. I'm just having a discussion.
Not hating.
No,
Not
no,
hating. They're
Farkas
both
is a
good
great
players.
player. Yeah.
Aaron, did
So
you guys
Luke-
play a 2-3 or a 3-2? I'm assuming a
You
2-3.
ran it.
No, we played man. We played man because they didn't have anyone. We played man, and I wasn't really playing man. Like I was taking. I forgot who I was taking, but I was like letting
got a few
him.
interceptions.
I was letting him just stay like on top of the key because I knew he wasn't doing much, and I was just like watching the lanes and like trying to get in the way, and it was working. I had a couple
All right.
blocks down low, a couple deflections, so I was
Look.
like playing zone on my own.
Listen, Rami, play 2-3.
Yeah, I
Can't.
agree.
Their best shooter is Schreier, and that's a problem because he's also the best post player. So
I had Joel Schreier. I drafted him twice. I'm familiar. If Joel Schreier is taking threes, my team is going to win.
he
So
has
it's
to
not more
because
complicated.
the rest of their guys score in the paint. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's Weisberg is their second best shooter. Silpin maybe
it's
like
crazy. I know Farkas doesn't shoot. I know.
Farkas
But
not a shooter.
Weisberg, watch
Big
out for
covered
Weisberg.
caps
Weisberg can
game.
hit threes. You don't think he can hit threes, but he hit
I did
some
see him
threes.
hit one versus you guys last week.
He hit
hit
four.
like
He hit four.
He hit 4?
He hit four, yeah.
Wow.
And Ari was contesting. It's not like they were wide open shots.
No, there were a lot
he
of
is
you guys
6'5"
forget-
or whatever.
He's a legend, and he's not like a legend like some guys in this league who it's all talk and they can't do nothing anymore. And I couldn't even imagine
He's
how
a
they
good
were good
player.
back
He's
in
a
the
good
day.
player.
I'm not going to list names, but Weisberg is a guy who you look at him and you go, "Oh, I could totally see how that guy was an absolute goddamn legend." He is a very good player. He's
Yeah.
still got it.
Jack, who's better, you or him?
right now? It's not even close.
It's
Are
not
you
close
kidding?
right now. Rami, can we like have real
Guys, I'm kidding.
Can we have real
Ryan,
questions?
Ryan has me running in D1, D2 like pickup runs at Hunter College.
I just want to get Jack's bloodline
Why? It's
pumping a
not.
little higher.
It shouldn't be because it's not a real question.
Correct, but
literally
Jack is
3
triggered
years ago.
easily.
3 years ago, Jordan Ho took Shlomo Weisberg 1 pick before me. My team won the championship, and I think they missed the playoffs in a team that every team makes the playoffs. So it's not.
I actually remember I was in the draft still being shocked he took Shlomo and not you.
That was even before I was playing a lot out in Teaneck. That was, and Shlomo's great. I'm not putting him down. I play every day, and I have one kid half the time, and he has 3 kids all of the time. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
It's not. It's not
One
a fair.
kid
I'm
half
sure
the
Shlomo
time
played as much as
the
me and
reason
stayed
he
healthy.
should
He'd be great.
Hold on, Jack. One kid half the time as the smart for why he should draft you over Weisberg is one of the best lines ever said on this podcast.
It's true. If Shlomo had one kid half the time and rec balled 4 days a week, he would be amazing. Why wouldn't he?
Shlomo's doing 3 bedtimes a night. You're doing 3 a week.
He's doing 3 a week, if that.
Rami,
Yeah.
Jack's gonna keep it real here.
Yeah,
Keep it real.
I got a lot of slack for not bringing it last week. I'm coming in hot this
but
week.
by the way, this is what happens when we do it at 6 p.m., not 11 p.m.
Yeah, it's true. It's just usually I wouldn't have this time, but I have it today. It's good. We made it work. 6 p.m. pod. It's working. We'll do it Sundays.
6
Moving
p.m.
on.
is a great.
Moving
right.
on.
Moving
You're
on.
gonna be pissed. Nuggets. Okay, I got to talk about Rami and I's favorite player, Burry Klein and the Nuggets. They lost to Marcus's favorite player. They lost to the Grizzlies. What happened there, Marcus? You watched this game?
I didn't see this game.
Yeah. I was there.
So what's going on? What's going on?
We were
Burry?
there.
What happened in this game? 2 teams without size. 2 teams with good guard play. What happened?
Who won that
They
game?
didn't. Heller wasn't there. This
Heller
guy doesn't
wasn't
show
there.
up. I don't know what
They were
his deal
close
is,
to
but
winning. That's right.
I want to see how many games this first round pick has shown up to because he wasn't there. Again, they had to rely on Josh Klein for all the points. He was hitting, but it wasn't enough. The other team
Tell me that
had
Burry,
Pacey.
Did
Hold on,
Burry
Rami, let him
and
finish.
Akiva Blumenthal did they battle down there, Burry and Akiva?
I'm
No,
sure they did, but it
Nah,
wasn't
Burry was on the
matter.
second pacey Jacoby for most of it.
Ugh, boring.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically the Grizzlies had control of the game from start to finish, and the Nuggets were trying to do a late push, couldn't do it. Game over. Grizzlies win. It was not like the
So
most
let me ask you
competitive
something.
game.
Mo Heller hasn't been showing up. He's obviously going to show up for the playoffs. Does this make the Thunder the scariest play-in team for a 1 seed?
Nuggets?
You mean Nuggets?
Nuggets,
The
not
Nuggets,
Thunder,
yeah.
Nuggets.
Definitely not the scariest because
Nah,
even
not
with
the
most of Heller there,
scariest.
they're still not like particularly big or no, they have solid 3-point shooting, I'd say.
They got great
with most
shooting.
Heller.
What
They have
happened to
good
Ethan
shooting.
Holter?
He was
He's
there.
good.
He was there.
Not a shooter though.
He had a nice
He's a
finish,
hustle guy.
and he was solid. He had a good game.
He's a push the pace machine.
Yeah. He's
I don't
good.
know if I'd give him the open like you could let him
Not the
shoot
best shooter, not the
hard.
best shooter, but yeah, a little contest will stop him. But
Yeah.
a solid shooter, he'll hit an open shot.
So who's the team that you're scared of the most that are at the bottom of the standings?
Give me 4 teams at the bottom of the standings or 6
I'm going to
teams.
tell you
I'm
right
not
now.
looking at
I'm
it
going to
right
read you. I'm going to read you 4 teams that I think are scary, and you tell me which one's scary the most. All right.
All right.
I'm going to go Hornets, Nuggets, Pelicans, all 1 and 4.
Hornets, Nuggets, Pelicans.
Yeah.
Probably everyone was saying Pelicans are supposed to be good. I feel like their only win was when everyone showed up on their team. No? I feel like every week someone else isn't there. So they might be
Yeah.
no?
I would
They
say
beat the
I
Thunder.
would say the Nuggets because I think they have the most complete team out of those 3.
I would
And,
say the Hornets because their 1 win was against you guys.
Nah,
yeah, but we had such a bad
BS game.
game. We had such a bad game.
Like we had our worst game possible, and the refs were just giving them.
Screw the
BS
refs. Yeah,
calls
we
left and
just had a bad game.
No. I'm 100% going to blame the refs on that. 100%. There were plays where we weren't even near them, and they would call foul. And then there were plays where we got hacked and no foul call. They beat us by 1 point. Like
the refs have
listen, if we're matched up with the Hornets, I'm not going to say it's an auto win, but I will go in there thinking that we have a really good shot.
Marcus.
So listen,
hold on a second, Jack, 1 second. Marcus, complaining about the refs did not help Baron feel better about the Knicks in the playoffs when they lost to the Pacers. It's not going to make you feel better about this game either. It never makes anybody
I know the
feel,
refs are.
It never makes anybody
the
feel
refs
better.
are what they are. Like I haven't been to the line once this whole season yet, which is a little bit ridiculous.
Me neither.
When I get
Rami,
to the
you're not showing up to games.
have you showed up once this
jump
season?
on me every time.
The Nuggets have the Rockets next week, and actually a big game for playoff seeding. And then they have the Lakers, which I'm assuming is going to be a loss. And the Grizzlies. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is that the Grizzlies who have the Rockets? The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have the Rockets. I'm sorry. The Nuggets have the Lakers, and the Nuggets have the Hawks. It could go. It could be 0-2. It could be 1-1. I don't think it'll be 2-0. And the Grizzlies for the rest of the week, they have the Rockets, which, maybe the Rockets are turning the corner with a big weakness, and the Thunder.
They're not as bad as we originally thought.
What, the
Who?
Rockets?
The Rockets.
Let's go to that game because that's an interesting one. Sixers Rockets. Everyone had the Sixers winning,
No.
right? The Sixers are playing for first place because the Heat lose, putting them at 3-2 to tie in the first place. To take the lead in the first place. They only had 1 loss against Utah. And this is their time to try to secure the conference. They lose to the Rockets. Dan Polyoff didn't score 40. He had his normal 25. They held him to 47 points. Yeah, and down the stretch, Stevie Paul drives the lane, does a spin, and gets stripped by Gruenberg. You guys watch this game, Chaim? I know you watched this game. What's your take on this one? What did the Rockets do right to maintain and contain the Sixers from getting hot?
I mean, I don't know if I watched this game, but the Sixers have 3 guys that will do most of their scoring. In what's his name? Is it Chesner?
Chesner, yeah. Evan Chesner.
Evan Chesner, Stevie Paul, and what's it?
Adam Dietz.
I mean, their guards aren't typically big guys, and Stevie can't shoot the 3 ball, so it's not the hardest team to lock up. The guards are good shooters, don't get me wrong, but it's too
Yeah,
loud.
actually, Ariel Freeman is a pretty good defender for a guy like Stevie Paul, a guy like myself. He puts his hands down, he stands straight up, and he makes the guy try to body him. He's actually a pretty good defender
For
for a guy
guys
like
that are
that.
not faster than him,
He's big,
Ariel's
yeah.
Ariel's a
He
brick
just can't move his
house.
feet. He can't move his feet,
Correct.
but he's big.
Guys slower than him, he's a brick house.
No, I actually think you guys don't give him enough credit. I think he guards me, and I think I'm a good comparison for Stevie. With a little bit of a better shot, but I think he guards Ari Mitnick, like guys like that. I think he guards them pretty well. Guys who like that.
I don't think he can take Ari Mitnick. I'm sorry.
Weird how
Maybe
Ari
not.
plays, bro. He plays like a football player and a wrestler.
He
Just
cannot
gets
take him.
these
He's
layups
gonna
and
need-
get
he's gonna
on.
need help.
Miley Cyrus is
I
wrecking ball.
also don't think there's
Yeah.
any one player that can take Ari Mitnick. I think
Dude, he's
gonna need
literally
help.
a wrecking ball.
Yeah. You're always gonna need help on him.
I think Freeman guarded Stevie well.
But regardless of that, it's a solid point that I think he would guard Stevie well too, because Stevie's not the most.
You don't want to put your best player on Stevie. You want to put your biggest player on Stevie. Let him shoot the 3-ball, even if he hits one. Like,
No, he's
I'm
not. He's
happy
not
with
taking.
that.
He's not taking threes.
exactly.
Look for the three.
Play him like he's Ben Simmons. You play him a few steps back. You could help on other people throughout the play.
Guys, I'm playing him this week. He's going to come in ferocious. What are you doing to me?
I hope so. I hope
Brenner
so.
on him.
I
Perfect.
would love for Stevie to drop
Bro,
30.
I'd love for
That'd be
Stevie
great.
to drop 30 on you.
That would be great.
That'd be terrible. I hope he doesn't even show.
Hmm.
I hope it's absentee. No, I hear you. No, bad loss. This is a bad loss. And not only that, you give tape for us to watch. And it wasn't like it's confusing because while Ellie Mendel and Freeman are certainly serviceable 4 and 5s, there's no Markus and Mitnick. Like there's not really an excuse as to what happened. And
Yeah.
Dan
And also
Polyak,
the Rockets almost gave it away at the end. I don't know if you're watching, but they had a comfortable 8-point lead, I think, with maybe a minute left or a minute and a half left, and just like turnovers and layups to the Sixers, and then they had a shot. They had a shot. No, I'm saying the Sixers caught up, and then they had a shot. I think either to tie it or to get within one, and then Gruenberg makes the play of the day.
with the steal.
Yeah.
Big on the Rockets. It avoids them to face it puts them at 2 and 3. You know, they're better than we thought. I mean, it's still at the end of the day. We were having a real discussion earlier about Farkas or Heidemann, who you rather have, and Donnie Heidemann you rather have. And I think Donnie Heidemann's a really good player. And I think he was the one who guarded Stevie and maybe was the real reason they won the game. But at the end of the day, you know, you took you traded. He could have had Donnie Heidemann at his normal pick, which was end of first, early second round, whatever it was. I don't think most of the captains who are the captains that need to take a defensive player, right? There's probably 6 of them. It's like me, it's Polyev, obviously. It's probably I can't even think.
Yeah, we all agree it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. Like there's all.
But you know what? The team ended up being not as bad as we thought. I think Gruenberg, if he gets into shape, can help that roster a lot because he was probably a dud the first 2 games, and now he can actually contribute. I mean, from what I'm seeing from last game, he looks great. So if he can contribute, if Gruenberg can contribute, and Mandel seems like one of the I wouldn't say top 10 steals of the draft, but a great value for where he's taken. Freeman also a pretty solid value from when he was taken. He kind of made up from that poor choice or poor trade in the beginning.
Yeah. So 2 things to say to answer what you said. Gruenberg, yes, if he was huge for us in the playoffs and the semifinals and the finals, and he played great. The problem is he's not going to have that much time with the Rockets. It needs to happen sooner. They don't have Dan with a Mike Herman, with a you, with a Marcus, with a Caesar, right? Our team actually had other guys that could step up and have big games, right? I was our 3rd leading scorer. We had Caesar off the bench who had 16 in the finals. Marcus didn't even have a big offensive game. We know what he's capable of, right? This team doesn't necessarily have those offensive weapons. They need him to contribute and be in shape sooner. He doesn't have the same time. if he can get into shape in time, that's a huge value added to have a point guard in Gruenberg in shape. That's great, right? One of the best. 2 guard in Dan, we all know he's super skilled. 3 in Donnie Heidemann, what a Sean Marion, switchable, hustle. Every team wants one, right? And then Freeman and Mandel, that's pretty good with Sunshine off the bench.
Not
It's
bad.
a good team.
Not a bad team.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Not a bad
but they definitely are relying heavily on Gruenberg, especially for pace setting. You know, it'd be funny is if Gruenberg in shape was on the Jazz. We like to talk about trades. I mean, what would you think of an in shape Gruenberg trade for John Fuhrer? I guess he's the captain, but like something like that. Where the Rockets get a little bit more.
The Jazz
offense.
with any point guard instead of John Fuhrer get better. Not that John's a bad player. He's just in an unfortunate role on his current roster.
Right. Him on the Rockets.
I disagree. Where I think Fuhrer could set the table for them, and he's shown the ability to be a facilitator in the past and not look for his shot. I've seen it happen. So I mean, maybe he's not the pure. Maybe he's not the pure.
John's best season in this league was his first season with my team when we beat Herman. When we beat it was 2 years ago when we beat Herman and Boosie in the playoffs. When Zeke was playing point guard, who's a real point guard, and setting John up. John was getting the ball on the baseline, in transition, in the corners, slashing, getting open shots, and then he was good. But he's constantly bringing the ball up, and he's good when he gets the ball in motion, John. He's great.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting the ball when they're passing it along the top of the key and stagnant, and it's not the best version of him. And he's trying to get himself downhill and draw contact. He's not a great finisher anymore, and it's like it's bad offense instead of what could be good offense, you know?
I hear you. Maybe he could take these critiques and change the way he is in the offense. You know,
listen, I know Boosie's gonna listen, so I hope they do.
Boosie, you better not show your face in Englewood with all the shit you've been throwing. It's about to be round 2.
I'm mad at them because I picked them to win, and they could have played better. They could have played better.
I agree. I mean, they played the best team really well. I mean, I think there's limitations.
All right, let's move on.
The Suns played poorly. The Jazz could have won that game.
All right, listen. I could. There's Nets Celtics. Did you guys watch it at all? Sudworth versus Effie.
I did not.
So look, Sudworth had another great offensive game. Took this game personally. The Celtics lose again. Right? They started off the season as a favorite. Right now, currently, they're sitting at 2-3. Same record.
We're playing them, so give us a little scout.
They're minus 26 on the season, which makes them the worst 2-3 team in terms of point differential in the league. They are perplexing to me because, in my opinion, on paper, they have one of the most talent. Forget the fact that I thought they had the best player in the league. Now we know it's Ben Haber in Effie Furley. So let's say he's the third best player in the league.
He's clearly third. Like he's definitely not 1 or 2.
He's clearly third, and depending on how you feel about then the next tier with Ari Mitnick, myself, and whoever, he might be 4th, 5th, 6th. Like I don't think he's bringing One is Haber, 2 is Sudworth. No question. And then I think there's a huge drop, and I think there's like you could throw anyone in there. It's like a real conversation, and that's like kind of disappointing for how good. I mean, Effie Freund gets serious minutes on the YU Max. You know who didn't get serious minutes on the YU Max? Ben Haber.
Yeah.
You know who didn't get even looks at the YU Max? Ellie Sudworth. And you know who's playing way better than him right now in this season? Is those 2 guys. And you know what, Effie? It's Effieing embarrassing. All right, you're not playing up to what we believe you could play. Yoav Deutsch finally has an opportunity to and I know that he cares and he wants to win, and you're letting him down and making him look bad for taking a flyer on you. Bring the energy, Effie. Come on, win some gosh darn games. All right, you know what I feel about you, and this isn't personal, but I'm personally challenging you to win some games. You're an A1 player. Bring it. These guys who are playing you right now, if I'm Ellie Sudworth, I'm calling Steinmetz and I'm sending game tape. And I'm looking to take your gosh darn spot on the roster next season. Take that for data. How's that?
I mean, I actually have a relatively like reasonable retort to the YU thing. Like when YU is playing much more athletic competition, and that's where Effie's athletic prowess is going to come into effect. Like there's probably some defenders in the Sun, whatever league that they play in, YU that are going to shut down Subwards, who's not going to be as athletic as some of the guys defending him. Whereas Effie can match the athleticism, I think, of a lot of players in the league, which is probably why he's the one getting minutes. But I just like, like that's
no. Effie's a great player, and I've played
correct.
pickup with
But
him.
I just wanted to point out, like that's why he's getting
Jack.
the
None
minutes
of
on YU.
none of this is helping us beat the Celtics next week.
They rely on
this week.
their we crush them. My team crushed them.
They don't get easy shots. They don't get
rely on
easy
their
shots.
3-point shooting a lot. If you body them up and don't let them run in transition with Effie, your team's gonna play well. They don't have a good half court.
They do not get easy shots. They're
Yeah,
like
they don't have a
so
good
they have a
half-court
lot of
offense at all.
weapons, and it's perplexing because they have a lot of weapons and they don't get easy shots.
No
Like for
team ball
example,
there.
our team. Fun fact, and I said this in the chat. We have scored 367 points. No other team has scored 300. We've also given up 329, and no other team has scored 300. So, like, clearly we have a pace and we have an identity that we want to shoot. We want you to play that battle, and we're going to try to outscore you. When you want to try to outscore, you're going to have to get guys good shots, right? We have me, AJ, Brenner, Bernstein. Those are 5 guys who want to shoot. So we want to make sure there's a lot of possessions, and we want to make sure we get guys the ball where they could score. And that's a game plan, and that's a style. I'm not sure the Celtics have one. I think if you ask them, like, what is your style? What are you trying to do every game? How are you matching up? I think with our Warriors last year, when we started to pick it up, our style was we are going to take out the 2 best players with Markus and Baron, and then we're going to see if you can play up with us. And we're going to run, and we're going to get a lot of threes up in the air. It's similar to how our Heat play with Herman and Baron and Gruenfeld and Caesar and Markus and myself. We had all this shooting, but our style was we're going to take off the head of your 2 best players. If the game slows down, we'll throw it to Jack in the post. And the half court, we're going to look for Herman for 3, right? Transition threes, him and Baron. I don't think this Celtics team has an idea of what they want to do defensively, offensively, what their identity is. That's the only excuse I have for a team with Yoav Deutsch, Effie Freundlich, Bromberg, and Baron, Ezra Baron, kind of being seemingly lost out there.
Yeah, they're a mess.
I wouldn't call them a mess, but we're going to see you guys play them tonight or to
Wednesday.
We played them. I don't know when you're playing them. We played them in week 2.
All right, I'm gonna keep it rolling, and we gotta
wrap this up at least for me. I gotta head out of the office in a few.
You can head out, and Baron can head out. We'll talk. We have your guys' picks for first team and second team, and me and Marcus can take it from here. It's totally fine. I mean, the most perplexing team. I'm not going to talk about Thunder Kings because Thunder were missing everybody, and the Kings had everybody, and they beat him by 40. I don't think that's a real game.
It's a dumb game. I think I turned it on. I saw no one was there from the Thunder. I'm like, okay, turning it off. That's it.
There's no JJ, no Malka, and no Lizzo.
What is
the Magic versus the Hornets is a weird one because the Hornets are the most perplexing team in the league to me because they lose by 1 week 1 to a good team. I forgot who. They beat the Pistons. They lose by 2 to like they come off to me as like the most scary 1-4 team, and then they get blown out by the Magic, who to be completely honest, they're the brother team. They're the family team. They're the nice team. You don't look at that team as a team that's looking to rip heads off.
They did just come off of a double overtime. Was it win or loss? I forgot. They lost, but a double overtime game. So they probably came in with a lot of energy and just it was a heartbreak for them. It was the 76ers. Yeah, that was an amazing game. Sixers Magic of last week, that double overtime loss. So it probably was coming off of that.
You're saying that was a good loss for the Magic, and they came in ready to play, and you should be worried about them.
I think that game. I don't know about in general. I think the brothers are good. Yehuda, I think, is the best one. Shooter is the one getting most of their points. I think Klein, if he can find his offensive touch in a game, and he's hitting his shots, then they have some firepower. But if he's not looking for a shot, and he's not really doing much, and he's playing a team where they have a good defensive guard, then it might be tough for them.
Yeah. power to them. I mean, it was a blowout for most of the game, and the Hornets made it tighter, but I'm not going to really talk about this game. There isn't much to talk about. I mean, this was a beatdown, and the Magic played really well. The bookbinders played well. Let's move to our I have our first team all league saved in our chat.
You have my stuff here. All right. Keep me posted. Good luck, everybody.
See ya.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to bring them up. So, all right, I'm going to go this. All right, I'm going to have mine first. I'm going to share my screen. So this is our predictions for first team all league and first team all defense. And then we could talk about it as we scroll down. So I have in the East, I have Johnny Levine. I have Sudworth. I have Ben Haber. I have R.I. Mitnick, and I have Stevie Paul. And for the West, I have Ezra Siklik. I got Aaron Heller. I got Michael Herman. I got Eli Boosie, and I got Tani Angle. Noticeable missing on both of these. This is Tarzik at the guard. I just feel like the Kings have one loss. They deserve a player on the first team. And, the Suns have no losses. I think Heller deserves or Goldberg. One of those two deserve to be on the first team. I think the Wolves deserve
Goldberg's been playing really well. So I hear that call. But Heller, I think, is more of the engine of their team, especially that offense.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely move it, but for defense seats, I have Baron, Sudworth, Markus, Gelnick. I have myself, which we don't agree. I have the worst defense in the league, so you could probably replace me. And in the West, we have Leifer, Malka, Polinsky, Lipner, and Angle again. We'll go to our Avi's. Avi, we'll go to you.
Do you have it?
I'm sharing my screen.
Right. So
let's
go with the differences, right? So we both agree on Levine. He's having a standout season so far. Really tough to guard. Can't really stay in front of him if you're playing man. He'll hit the three if you're not up on him. He'll drive past you. He can finish either left or right. Having a great season. Sudworth, we know about him. That he's the one leading the Nets and really, really good player. Haber's having a great season. My pick for most talented and best player in the league right now. Especially that comeback 38-point win over the Heat. Granted, missing Turell and Levine. Mitnick also having a great season. Started off rough, missing that first game, but he's really picked it up. He's doing a great job not overshooting, which I think he's done in seasons past, and he probably has that within him to just say, "Oh, I can shoot, I can score on anyone every single possession." But he's doing a great job sharing the ball and waiting for it to come back to him. And he's also doing great getting out in transition. So really, really proud of Mitnick this season. Turell, I need to put you here because I don't think you guys deserve 2 on the defensive rankings, and I think you're having a triple-double season, so credit to you. The identity has been working, and you've been pushing the ball ahead in transition and hitting your guys downfield. So, and obviously stopping and clearing the board. So, having a great season, you deserve to be up there. In the West, I have Tarzik because I think he's having also a stellar season.
We both agree on Heller.
Both agree on Heller, but we don't agree on Tarzik. I think that the Kings probably don't have a guy who's, a top 5 player or an all-NBA player. They have all of these defensive guys, and that's their identity. They're a swarming defensive team. I think you can make an argument that 3 of their guys deserve to be on the defensive team, and that's why they're 4-1 and having such a big point differential. But to me, when I'm looking at an all-NBA team, I'd rather see Tarzik up there than a Siklik, even though Siklik's having a good season and he's great defensively. I just like what I see from Tarzik, and he can put up 20 on anyone and running or spearheading the Suns offense. Herman, I think we agreed on. Boosie, we agreed on, and Engel, I believe we agreed on.
Yeah, we agreed on. So neither of us have Goldberg, which is interesting.
Yeah, I was really toggling between Heller and Goldberg, and even though Goldberg had that amazing hero moment, where he hit 2 threes with a minute left and had that game winner. I think overall, from the first 5 games, Heller's been that engine and leading the offense and the team. So, I mean, you can only pick 5 guys. Goldberg's an honorable mention for sure.
Let's go to defense East.
Defense East, I disagree with myself being on the team on the top 5 not top 5 defenders, but all defensive team, because I mean, if you look at the points against for our squad, we're not number 1, and I think if you're going to include 2 guys from one team on an all defensive ranking, then they need to be number 1 or number 2.
Fair, but your first game was against us, and you gave up maybe 78 points. Ari wasn't there, and you didn't play for the first quarter. So I mean, I think it's skewed a little bit. If you take a look about your team,
okay, so fine. I think I'm having a good season. I'm happy with what we're doing defensively, especially the last 4 games. I agree. We're probably skewed by playing you guys, fair. But if you look at Jack Reinhardt's season, and if you look at his team makeup, they don't have a big. I think Mikey's played 1 game. Jack's been guarding 1 to 5 the whole season, and I don't know if they're 3 and 2 or 2 and 3, but he's keeping them in every game. Without Jack, there's going to be a blowout every game. They don't have anyone. They don't have anyone who can take a big. And I've seen him also have big defensive plays where it was they had one. It was maybe 3-4 seconds left, and they were, I think, up 2 or up 1. And they needed a game-ending seal, and he did it. There was an inbounding pass, and he jumped in front of it, stole the ball, game over. So he has those hero moments. He's able to keep his team in games. He guards every position. So I think it's really he's really just someone you have to automatically include on that list.
Jack's won Defensive Player of the Year in the league.
Right.
Last year. I think he won it last year, did he?
I don't know. I don't remember these things.
He was last year or 2 years ago.
I'd like to have a Mr. Intangibles award, because I don't really care about MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Who cares? I care about championships and rings, and I also care more about people who affect winning. So maybe we'll include that top 5 for next pod.
Winning his teammate,
Mr. Intangibles, whatever you want to call it. Just someone who affects the outcomes of games and gets those dubs.
Do we call it the Eric Lifshitz Award?
How many rings does he have?
1.
No, then we can't call it an Eric Lifshitz Award. Give me someone who's won
Rami Lifer Award. He has 3.
Sure, call it the Rami Lifer Award. You have 3 rings, right. then fair enough. Right. I mean, maybe he's just a good drafter, but anyway. Burstein, I think I've seen him. I played against him. He's a really good defender up top. He moves well. He has quick hands. He gets in front of those passing lanes, and he finishes on the other end when he gets the ball and he's off on the races. So I think he deserves a mention here. He's not as an automatic bid as Reinhardt for me, but he definitely deserves to be here for now.
Over Suggs, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see much Nets tape, but I saw it, probably a little biased. I saw more Burstein tape than Nets tape. So that's why for now, I mean, I'm going to see how it goes the rest of the season, and we'll adjust as needed. Bookbinder, I think the Magic have a bunch of bigs.
Who's Bookbinder?
Yehuda.
Got it, for defense. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to watch more Magic tape, so it's probably more looking at the points against, and I like seeing them towards the top of the rankings there. So I think they deserved a player. Which Bookbinder, I probably have to filter a little more to see which one comes out. But for now, let's go Yehuda. So not like a real pick for me, Gelnick.
He's a lock.
He's a lock. He's a great defender. You saw what happened when he wasn't there. So that's a lock. And I think
Markus is a lock.
Markus is a lock for me, for you. He's been taking the best player on every team that we played against. That's our scheme. We're just going to throw him on the best player, and we're just going to win the game by having the best player on the other team getting held to under 20. And that's been working so far.
We got your defense in the West. You got Cyclic. You have someone else on the Kings. Who else on the Kings?
Oh, no, I had what's his name? Zakon. Yosef
Zacone,
Zakon.
Zacone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
So Cyclic, Zakon, I think they're swarming. We've talked about them. Polinsky, I think, is a great defender as well. Long, lanky, probably 6'1", 6'2", probably wingspan 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
He's a great defender. Benemy clears every single board. I don't know if
Interesting that you put Benemy as a forward, though.
Yeah, because I wanted Angle to be the center.
Oh, fair. No, but like Benemy plays center, so you're putting two centers.
Sure.
That's all right. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. I think Benemy clears every board. There's no one who's going to overpower him. And, he's sponsoring the league, or his company sponsors the league.
This is
So
the Noah and Co. first team all league.
Yeah. So, he's got to be up there.
All right. What about you, Chiam Markus?
I don't know if I made one. Did I? I feel like most of our picks really.
This is Polinsky. It sounds like Baron is with him. Levine, Stallworth, Taper, Mitnick, Turell, Tarzakeller, Goldberg. He has Aiden Polinsky as first team all West. I think that's over Boosie. That's crazy. I think that's just clear nepotism, and he should be kicked off the chat. Reinhardt, he put himself, Rami Polinsky, as first team all defense in the East. I would rip up his ballot and arrest him.
That's hilarious.
It's Shlomo Farkas and Marcus. It's not a bad one. Lifer, Zaretsky. That's interesting. Polinsky, Benemy, Angle. Marcus, you have one.
Yeah.
What's your first team? And what's your first team all? What's your teams?
No idea. I had one. I don't even remember making one.
Do you want to spit it out now, or we could just leave it as it is?
I mean, for the first team, I guess just leave it as it is.
Leave it as it is. So I think I think we're all aligned. One team we didn't talk about was the Clippers matchup. They got beat down. Lipner's hurt.
Yeah. I really want to know his prognosis and see how he's doing, because I saw tape on that. I was actually watching the game, and then I noticed that he didn't come back in. So went back to see the injury, and it did not look so good. That was a real ankle sprain. Like, I mean, he really came down on that.
He's injury prone, and he's injury prone. He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah. So what happened is someone bumped him. He wasn't even like finishing, or like he wasn't even in the air. He was running back after made or missed shot. I forget, but I think someone else bumped him, and then he just completely landed on the side of his foot. And he's a heavy guy, so that probably has a lot to do with it.
That's tough. Tough for the Clippers that immediately takes them out of contention. It just does.
Tough loss.
All right, let's take a look. So we got games listening. We'll do predictions and we'll call it out. I think we have made good timing. So tonight, Nuggets, Hawks. Who are we taking?
I got Hawks. I got Hawks.
I got Nuggets. If Heller shows up, Nuggets.
I don't believe that this guy is showing up. Until he can prove that he shows up to games, I'm picking the other team.
If Heller shows up, I got Nuggets. If not, then Hawks.
I think he's at Camp Missouri right now. And he's in the middle of Missouri season, and he's not showing up. Give me the Hawks. Knicks, Cavs. I think the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to win.
Got the Cavs.
I think it's a huge game for the Knicks. I think they have a lot of size, and it's a big game for them because they do not want to not get the bye, and their game out of the bye, and they beat the Nets. So they really need to win this one. Or no, they lost to the Nets, and they lost to the Sixers. It's a big game for the Knicks. They got to win this one. I'm going to take the Knicks. Baron, who you got?
It's a big game for the Cavs. Cavs
it's
lose
big. It's a big game.
Say again, Knicks or who?
Knicks or Cavs? Both 2 and 3.
I got Knicks. I think the Cavs aren't really playing well together right now, and the Knicks are good defensively. And I think it's just going to be a grind. I think they're going to muck up the game.
According to Rami, he's like all defensive, all NBA first team, and
I don't see it.
He's going to drop 20 tonight. Just watch.
He's going to drop 40. You got all-star Rami Polinsky, self-proclaimed MVP. We got the Thunder and the Jazz, and maybe the two best pure scorers in Boosie versus JJ. I think the Jazz got too much size. I'm going to take the Jazz.
Yeah, Jazz.
That'll be the 10 o'clock game. That'll be a good one. Baron, who you got? And Baron's out. That's fine. Hornets, Bucks. Now the Bucks are missing Weinberger, Danny Weinberger. Who do you got? I think I'm gonna take the Hornets.
Bucks.
Take the Hornets. Suns, Kings. Who you got?
This is the
Suns.
matchup of the week.
Where'd you
He's
go?
out.
Sorry, I just was on mute and like it didn't go off. I just figured it out.
Who you got? Hornets or Bucks?
I got Bucks. I still think Ben Haber's the best player in the league, and I think he can just win games. So I got Bucks.
Jazz, Thunder.
Jazz, Thunder. Give me Jazz. Love Jazz.
All right, we both. I think all of us are taking Pistons over Celtics. I think all of us are taking Heat over Sixers. I'm not going to choose against either of those. You know, your guys' team or my team, so that's easy. Pelicans, Clippers.
Pelicans. Clippers
Yeah.
are done. Clippers are done
I-
until Lipner's back.
I'm taking Pels.
Wait, Baron, did you answer the Suns Kings?
I got Suns. I think they're going to win until someone proves otherwise.
I think
I
they're
got
very
Suns.
tough to beat.
Yeah.
It's a very big game for the Kings, though. This is their first game against some real centers.
Yeah.
it's
They're
gonna be
a
interesting.
small team. Kings. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, they are a small team. It's a good
I think
point.
they're a team that could take Tarzik out of his comfort zone. And
For
I
sure.
think like if they make Tarzik really uncomfortable,
true,
and
too.
Mizell
That's
has
true,
to
too.
play the point,
Yeah,
you know,
that may
you
not
force
look
Mizell-
so good.
it might not look so good.
Yeah, you make good points. I
Can
still got
Glatter
Suns.
and
I still believe in Tani though.
can Glatter and Bennett stop Tani and Markovitz?
Yeah, it's tough. It's not a lot of size to stop a lot of size. But it's a lot of good defensive guards to stop good guards. Like Caesar, Mizell's, and Tarzik versus Siklik, Zakin, and David Cohen. It's very interesting stuff. Like that's a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, when's that game?
Is that tomorrow night? No. That is that's
Tomorrow night?
Tuesday night at 9.
All right, circled on my calendar.
It's on my calendar too. That's a big fat circle. I'm not gonna be. Yeah, it's a big fat circle. All right, hold on. Then we got all right, so moving on. T-Wolves Lakers. That's a good one.
I got T-Wolves. They're way too talented.
I think the T-Wolves are clicking. I think they're gonna win that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, T-Wolves.
I think too. The Lakers are good and they got size. I think I'm gonna take Rami Leifer guarding Heller and Mason guarding Goldberg. Nets Magic. Give me Sudworth.
Nets.
I'm gonna take the Magic. I think the Magic are
Underrated,
playing well.
Ari Alford is playing in the Basketball City A-League with me, my brother, Alon Jacobowitz, and a couple others. He might start playing a little bit better because of the comp.
Hopefully. But I think the Magic are more well-rounded than the Nets, who I think rely on their top two more than anyone other team or more than the Magic. So give me the Magic. Give me the well-rounded team.
Give me Nets. Give me the best player. Let's go Rockets, Grizzlies. I think the Rockets found something. I think they're going to win.
Yeah, Rockets.
I think so. I think
No.
so too. And I don't trust the Grizzlies. I think they're a one-trick pony. They got a lot of flash and pacey, and he's great. He's a great player.
They're just
Top 10
they're
player,
second
but
half team.
they.
I just think Donnie could
They
guard
don't wake
Pacey.
up for the first half yet.
I think Donnie Heidemann could guard Pacey better than anybody, and I think Dan
Yeah.
could guard Kelson perfectly fine. And then now I think the Grizzlies are in trouble. I think Donnie's going to take Pacey out of the game, and Dan could guard Alex. That's a fine
And the
matchup for each
Grizzlies
other. They could guard
really
each other.
don't. The Grizzlies really don't have much size behind. I forgot who. There's like one guy who's like semi-big, but
Jacoby.
not a real big. Akiva. No.
They got
Blumenthal.
Blumenthal and Pacey Jacoby, number 2.
And it's not that big.
I think Pacey Jacoby, number 2, could be a lot better than what he's playing. If he just
He's got a body.
What? He's tall and athletic. Like, what else do you need in a league like this?
I don't know.
I saw him in the layup lines throw it down, and I'm like, yo, is this like first week? I was like, is this one the Pacey Jacoby we've been hearing about? And then you look at the stat sheets, and it's like, this kid could be doing more. I think he's just young, so he's like scared to like ball hog a little bit, but I think he should.
Fair enough. I'm with it. Guys, any last thoughts? Who's going to be the first team to beat the Suns?
It's going to be in the playoffs.
I think it's going to be you guys, and it's going to be the playoffs because I think you guys play them. What? It's going to be very interesting how this league breaks down.
Yeah, we'll have to see the matchups in the playoffs because it's all mixed seeding. So we'll see what happens.
Especially after the
As of
buys.
right now, if we win out, if everyone wins out, right? If everyone wins out, and I know that's not possible, but if the playoffs started tomorrow and you got Heat, Pistons, Suns, Kings, that means we would play the Kings eventually. If all the favorites won out, you would play the Suns. I do think that you guys would beat the Suns just because Markovitz and Angle versus Marcus and Mitnick is a lot of fun. That's a fun matchup. And
yeah, it'll be a fun matchup. I think this week is going to tell us a lot about the Suns. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I think they're going to smoke out the Kings. I think it's not even going to be close. And I think the Jazz played the Suns as good as you can.
Yeah, we'll see because we just got a close game.
All right, fellas.
Hey, this is pretty good.
That was great. I think that was. I'm going to put
We got to do the 6 p.m.
I'm going to say best pod yet.
And we got some juicy stuff coming up. We still didn't do steals in the draft, which I think a lot of listeners want to hear. And the new award, the Rami or we got to figure out the name of the Mr. Intangible's Most Winningest Player Award. So we got some stuff coming up.
All right, man. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward.
All right, I'm going to my playoff game right now. So
good luck, boys. I'm going to watch some games in person tonight.
Sounds good.
Can't wait.
Enjoy.
All right.
Enjoy.
Please.
Talk to you. Bye.